Hi everyone. Today let me continue the chapter Glimpses of the Past. It's written by S.D. Savant. In the previous class, we had discussed about the martyrs, the company's conquest, British rule, Ram Mohan Roy, and oppression. And in this class, I'm going to discuss with you the next topics. They are dissatisfaction, the sparks, revolt of 1857, and the fight for freedom. So let me start with dissatisfaction. Education in India was in Persian and Sanskrit. In 1835, an Englishman named Macaulay suggested a change. We should teach the natives through the English language. I agree. In 1835, an Englishman named Lord Macaulay suggested English should be used in education. Lord Macaulay said the following about India in 1835 in British Parliament. I'll read it out now. I had travelled across the length and breadth of India, and I had not seen one person who is beggar, who is a thief. Such wealth I have seen in that country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I don't think we would ever conquer this country unless we break the very backbone of this nation, which is her spiritual and cultural heritage. And therefore, I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system because if the Indians think all that is foreign and English, it's good and greater than their own, they will lose their self esteem and their native culture and they will become what we want them, a truly dominated nation. English education produced clerks to whom the British gave petty jobs under them. Incidentally, it also produced a new generation of intellectuals. We must educate our brothers and try to improve their material conditions. For that, we must convey our grievances to the British Parliament. Their main aim of introducing English education was to create a group of clerks and they could help in their administrative purposes. Of course, a new wise, intelligent generation was developed. Some thought that they should educate people, and some started to think that they should complain about their problems in British Parliament. Of course, it was futile. By 1856, the British had conquered the whole of India. By 1856, almost entire India was under British control. We can see in this map the pink color which represents the British area and the yellow color it represents the places under Indian princes. But if you look at the first page in this chapter, you see the map of India in 1765. Most of the places were under Indian princes. A small portion was only under the British rule at that time. They care little about the needs of Indians. Our kings have become puppets and we have lost our old jobs and lands. They are converting our brothers. You only talk, do something to drive them out. So here, what's the meaning of puppets? Puppets actually those who under the control of others. So here, the kings, the Indian kings, they became under the control of British, and the British they didn't give any care to the needs of Indians, and the Indians had lost their jobs and lands, and the what they had now know the British they had converted the Indians to their religion, that is Christianity. So they started to convert the Hindus and Muslims to Christianity. Some suggested others that we Indians should force the British to go away from here. The next one is the Sparks, 1855 to 57. Taxes continued to ruin the peasants in Bengal. The Sandals, who had lost their lands under new land rules, became desperate. In 1855, they rose in rebellion and massacred Europeans and their supporters alike. So between 1855 to 1857, a tribal group named Sandals were completely annoyed by the British rule. They had lost their lands and they started to retaliate by killing many Europeans and their servants alike. Discontent was brewing in the East India Company's army too. The white soldiers get huge pay, mansions to live in, servants, while we get a pittance and slow promotions. The Angles ask us to cross the sea, which is against our religion. Who is the Topiara to abolish our age old customs? We must drive out the Angles. Sepoy Mangalpante attacked the adjutant of his regiment and was executed. Thousands of other sepoys revolted. They were stripped of their uniforms. And there were humiliations in East India Company too. Unhappiness was boiling in the East India Company's army. The white soldiers got a huge salary, big houses to live in, and they had servants too. While the Indian soldiers, they were getting only small amount of money and slow promotions. The Hindu religion had a belief that at that time, if they crossed the sea, it was against their religion. So the Hindu soldiers, they were against the British because of this. And there was a sepoy, Mangal Pandey. He attacked and killed a military officer of his regiment. But later on, he was arrested and then executed. The Indian soldiers were stripped of their uniforms and they were beaten up. Few Englishmen had cared to understand Indian customs or the people's mind. O proud Brahmin soldiers, do you know that the grease on the bullet you have to bite is made from the fat of cows and pigs? What? The white man has deceived us too. Soon chapatis were sent from village to village to tell the people that their emperor would want their services. Yes, all my villagemen will be ready. Similarly, lotus flowers circulated among Indian soldiers, death to the foreigner. The masses gave all help and shelter to the patriots. The English had not cared the customs of Indian people and they never tried to understand the Indian people's mind. So when they came to know that they had to use a bullet which consisted of the fats of cows and pigs, they couldn't bear or tolerate it. It was an insult to both Muslims and Hindus. Soon the movement for freedom too scattered. It started circulating the messages via chapatis and circulating lotus flowers with messages among the masses. Everyone, they were ready, the masses were ready to give all the help and shelters to the patriots. The next one is Revolt of 1857. Then there was a violent outbreak at Meerut. The sepoys marched to Delhi. Long live our Emperor Bahadur Shah. The rebellion spread wider. Many landlords had lost their lands because of the British policies and they were sore. What's the meaning of sore? Unhappy. The white man's rule must end. Yes, we will help you. The revolt of 1857, it's also called Sepoy Mutiny or Indian Mutiny or First War of Independence. The famous revolt of 1857, it started from Meerut. And the Sepoys marched to Delhi and started praising the Emperor Bahadur Shah. He helped them in this rebellion. And this rebellion was spreading like a fire. Even many landlords who had lost their lands joined this rebellion. Every Indian, man, woman, child, everyone started joining this movement and realized that it was the time for the British to leave the country. Next one is the fight for freedom. Many former rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal of Lucknow were bitter. The white man has taken away my kingdom. Popular leaders like Maulavi Ahmadullah of Faizabad told the people, "Rise, brothers, rise. The English is ruining our land, English is destroying our land." They joined the upsurge against the foreigner. The people rose everywhere in Delhi, Kanpur, and Allahabad. Azimullah Khan told Tatya Tope, "We should have Peshwa Nana Sahib as our leader in this war of independence." The patriots pounced upon the British and fought pitched battles all over North India. What's the meaning of pounced? Can you tell me what is the meaning of pounced? It's attacked. Okay, the patriots attacked. What's the meaning of pitched battles? It's a close fight between two armies. Okay. 80-year-old Kunwar Singh of Bihar received a bullet in his wrist. Mother Ganga, this is my last offering to you. So the fight for freedom. By 1857, many rulers like Begum Hazrat Mahal, Maulavi Ahmadullah, and they had started to grow unhappy with the British rule. And Azimullah Khan advised Tatya Tope to start off with the War of Independence. While there was another story of Kunwar Singh of Bihar who was shot by the British in his wrist, and to save himself, he cut off his wrist and gave it to the river Ganga. So by the end of 1857, while we have seen the incidents now, we know that the entire India had jumped into this rebellion against the British rule. And then the rest is history. We know what happened after. And ultimately, because of the sacrifices that they made, because of the valor which these freedom fighters show today, we are enjoying our independence. Thank you.